institution or whatever that academy that you want to apply, that every application, the deadline is different. So it's important to know that the deadline, that when you before, like when is the deadline, so you will know like when you have to be ready with your HSK result, right? So deadline will be important. Step 2, to make a scorecard. So like I say, usually university in China, they will to require like minimum HSK 4. Some of the good school, they will say minimum HSK 5, so and so. So you have to make a goal, like, okay, I want to go this so and so school, and then this is require HSK 4. Then you have to set a goal and then say, okay, then I have to study for HSK 4. Okay, so make sure what school you want to go, okay, and then try to know what is the requirement, and then set the score goal, like and then step 3 is to take a HSK practice test. So there's a lot of like practice tests that you can find online, or you can always buy in the website, like exam practice test that you can try. You can do it at home. So try to do the exam, so you will know like, oh, you can actually pass the exam or not, or like how far away you are. So this will be helping you to know like, oh, so I have to study harder. Probably I'm in weakness of speaking or listening or writing, which part that you are, you still have to improve. So do a lot of practice tests, then you will know like, what is your weakness, and you can do more improve on it. And then step 4, it's to calculate the hour that you will need to study. So like I said earlier, that you try to do the practice test first, so you will know like, oh, how far away from your goal. And then usually you will feel, and usually it's like you have to take here has say a general rule, it takes around 2 to 3 hours of study Chinese to learn 1 point of the HSK test for level 4 to 6. Yeah. So for example, like you try to take HSK 4 practice test, and you are still like 15 points away from you pass the exam, then you have to calculate, like it said, usually they will take 2 to 3 hours study to improve 1 point. So that means if you are still 15 points away, that means you still 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so if 3 hours, then you have to spend like 45 minutes, 45 hours more to improve that, to hopefully that to help you to pass the exam. So you have to calculate, okay, so I still have to study this long, then I have to make my schedule. Probably one day I have to spend an hour on Mandarin or 2 hours on Mandarin, so and so. So by the time when the exam, then probably I already can do it and then pass the exam. Okay, so that calculate the hour also, it's important. Step 5 is to make a weekly HSK study plan. Okay, so probably like you are very busy for school or so and so, like probably you cannot do it every day, or even if your HSK day is like still very far away, but we will still suggest that like every week you still need to spend 4 to 6 hours to study Mandarin, so that you will always remember. You will not like too long to study and you I forgot, or so still try to make weekly HSK study plan. At least I'm spending 4 to, it's the suggestion is for at least you spend 4 to 6 hours each week. Okay, and then continues to do it, so you will not easy to forget, and then keep improving and improving. How? And then number 6 here is like, don't just think like I'm gonna just take once. Yeah, a lot of my students that, yeah, like how to say, I will say like that. Usually, for example, if the deadline is like December, right, for the next new semester, the deadline is December, I will say I will try to do the HSK exam probably in July, if there's one, July. And then for the first time, if I didn't pass, then at least probably I can do it again in September or October, so that, you know, probably then I can still have enough time to submit before the deadline. So don't just think like, okay, I'm gonna just take one. So, you know, don't wait in the really, really last minute. It's like, okay, the deadline it's on December, then I'm just gonna take in October or November, whenever. Then probably the time is gonna be, you know, too short, and you might didn't pass. Then you're gonna be miss the deadline, and you have to wait for the other half years. So, you know, we will say, you know, try to thinking, I might need take one more than once because I might not pass or something. Then, you know, take longer time for prepare the HSK exam. 好吗? Okay. So yeah, this is also like to help you, like just remember, first decide what level of HSK that you need to take, okay, and in which format you will prefer, paper or you will prefer the internet one, okay? So before you take the exam, decide what level and what format, okay? And then second, look up the ability, the HSK tested in your country. Okay, for example, like Georgia, maybe, oh, the time it doesn't really match me. Maybe at that time I have other thing or whatever. So you have to search, probably I can go for solo somewhere closer, or I can go to Semarang, you know, like, or Jakarta, Bali, wherever, you know, in the whole country, they always all has the exam in a different time. So try to find out when it's the date, the exam dates. Okay, and then 3, you have to work backward from your application deadline. Okay, like I said earlier. Okay, try to think like a few months more, you know, give you more time to prepare to apply before the deadline. Okay, just in case like there's something happen, or, you know, I didn't pass the HSK. So, you know, try to give more time to prepare. 4, make sure make your study plan and adjust that as you go. Okay, so make a study plan and then try to adjust. Oh, maybe right now I'm busy, so I try to adjust, like, okay, right now probably I study less hour, but next week I'm free, so I will add up more. So it's okay, but it's better always to have a study plan that, you know, you can always remind to do it. Okay. How, and this here is some useful website that you can check. So the first one, this one is the you can see here. Hold on. I have to reshare. Okay, so this is the official, the Chinese test official, the official website, okay, for HSK. Then you can also check English here, okay, and there's always all the information that you want to know. You know, they have HSK, HSKK, YCT, you know, so and so, you know, even though they have business Chinese test and medical Chinese test, so and so. So you can also know when and practice, you know, and you can download information, and then a lot of questions. And, you know, usually like if you want to check your score, you have to get on here and then, you know, check your score. And, you know, so this is gonna be a very important website if you want to take HSK. Okay, and also this one, oh, this one is the one that I say that if you decide, because I do also have some students say, Miss, I just want to choose to go to to go to Taiwan. Then this is the website that you have to go if you want to go to Taiwan. Okay, for also we have English here. Okay, so exam. Okay, here you can also do practice here. I'll have information here about the TOCFL exam here. This is more to just kursus untuk if you want to study in Taiwan, okay, or work in Taiwan. This is the exam that you have to go. And okay, so like I said earlier, HSK, each of level, they also always require vocabulary, right? So remember, like earlier I said that if for HSK 1, you need to know 150 characters and vocabulary, right? So you can get online, HSK Academy, this one also is, you can check, and then this is the word list. So you will know, if you know all this word, then you are good to go for the exam. Then exam will be no more than this word. So make sure you just know all the words, then you will be fine. So this is also will be important for you to help you to do the vocabulary, to remember vocabulary. So not only level 1 they can do, you can do it, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here also has pinyin, quiz, practice test, everything. So this website is also will be very helpful for you to prepare the HSK. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so questions maybe? Okay, that a Ram asked me, Miss, I want to study abroad in Taiwan. Maybe after graduate high school, do I need HSK too? No. Like I say, if you want to study in Taiwan, you have to take TOC. What's the name again? This one. TOCFL. Okay, TOCFL. I know probably, are you in Jogja? I think the Semarang for sure has. Okay, Semarang, Jakarta, Surabaya. I don't really sure mana lagi, tapi I'm sure all these big city, they have this exam, so you can take the exam, or yeah, and then if you go to Taiwan, you don't have to take HSK, you have to prepare different code TO, then you just get on the website, the one that I shared earlier, this one. Okay, here, this one. Okay, you just get on here, and then you will know a lot of things. If not, like I said, if you really if you really want to go study in Taiwan and you really have no idea, you can always call Jakarta, we call it Taipei Trade and Economic Center, because in Jakarta we don't have embassy, right? So we call it trade income. You just try to, whether it make visa for Taiwan, they want Trade and Economic Center, you can always call, and then find about education, and then there's always someone can answer you all the question that you want to study in Taiwan. Okay. How? Any other questions? No? Any? No, miss? Okay. Yeah. Right now it's a lot of Indonesia that study in Taiwan, also a lot of Indonesian students study in China. So if you really want to just, yeah, you have to start to prepare when you're in the last year of your high school. Yeah, so by the time when you graduate, you can 朗诵 after usually our new semester is in September, so you know you can 朗诵 study in Taiwan or in China. There's a lot, and then there's a lot of information, a lot, yeah, and also IONS is the place for you. You can always come and ask. We have the teacher from Taiwan, we have teacher from China, so we can always answer your question. You can always come to IONS asking questions, or you know, before you go, if you want to learn Mandarin, IONS will be, you know, a place for you to come and then to help you out. Okay. Okay, so if there's no questions, it's going to be it for today. Okay, 谢谢，再见。
Learning Center.